Hey guys, it's Ilana and welcome back to my channel. So, you have been asking for it and I'm finally giving it to you. I went speed dating here in San Francisco and I need to tell you all about it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and go speed dating. I wanted to share kind of like which one I signed up for. I signed up for the singles with advanced degree because I do have a master's degree and I liked the age range because everyone seemed to be around my age and I felt really comfortable with that, knowing that I would get men around my age. It had nothing to do with whether they were well educated or not. It simply had to do with age per se. And then I went ahead and I signed up for it. So I am currently in Nob Hill walking to the venue. It's called El Loco, I believe. I've never been to this bar before, so we're gonna check it out. Clearly I cannot film the guys that I'm going to meet, but I will debrief when I get home and we'll chat about them. All right, let's go meet some men. I just finished this group. I met about 8 guys or so. Because there were a lot of guys that didn't come talk to me and I had a lot of breaks, they gave me a freebie and there's another event after this. So I'm going to stay and meet a whole new batch of men and I will keep you guys posted when I get home on how that goes. Update, I actually decided not to stay for the second one because I found out that the age group was way too old for me. It was like late 30s and 40s and I was like, no, that's not gonna work for me. So I bounced. So I will just be talking about the experiences from the first one and that's it. And I will see you guys home. So the first guy that I met was really nice. So he was an electrical engineer and he told me that he went to Duke. So him and I were like, ugh, basketball rivalries because Kentucky and Duke do not like each other when it comes to college basketball. They're huge rivalries. So we mostly talked about college sports and it was a great conversation because I'm a female who loves sports. But the physical attraction was simply just not there for me. Probably someone that I'm going to be putting no to when I get my match list tomorrow. The second guy was another electrical engineer, and when I saw his name tag, I immediately pronounced his name wrong. And he goes, yeah, I guess you can call me that. And I was just like, no, oh my God, tell me, what is your real name? And he was messing with me, and then I got like really uncomfortable because I hate it when people mess with me when they've never even met me before. It's just really weird. But he was pretty cute though, I'd say. I wish I had more time to talk to him because 5 minutes is simply not enough to speak to someone. So I think I am gonna go ahead and put a yes for him. This second guy that I met told me that he got his PhD at Virginia Tech, which was super cool, and I was like, woohoo, go Hokies! Even though I didn't go there, but you know, I'm a big fan. He's also an electrical engineer, and he wore this really awesome hat. Loved his sense of style, but the physical attraction was just simply not there, unfortunately. But I did have a good conversation with him, and he seems like a really awesome person. But I know he didn't go to speed dating just for friendship, so I'm probably gonna put no for him. This next guy was an immediate hard pass because he showed up to my table late. He decided to go to the bathroom when it was his turn to meet me. Therefore, he literally wasted his time. And to be honest with you, I wasn't even physically attracted to him. Literally, the only thing I got to talk to him about was that he was an engineer and that he lives in the South Bay. So that was the conversation that I had with him. I learned nothing about him, and that's okay because you snooze, you lose. The next guy was, guess what? He was another engineer, only he was a structure engineer, not an electrical engineer. So he just kind of told me about what neighborhood in San Francisco he lived in. He talked about his favorite bar over there and what he likes to do, what he loves about that area. I told him a little bit about my neighborhood and what I like to do there. That was really all we talked about for the most part, as in, you know, 5 minutes is not enough time to speak to someone. Overall, good conversation, but just wasn't somebody that I was physically attracted to, unfortunately. Guess what? He's also an electrical engineer. What a shock. I remember he wore a green shirt. That was like the main thing that I remembered about him. I don't really remember too much about our conversation. It's just that I remember him telling me he was an electrical engineer and that he wore a green shirt. I do remember that I was not physically attracted to him also. So unfortunately, he was also a pass. Next person was very interesting. He had just moved to San Francisco from New York City, so he's been here for 5 weeks. He doesn't know anything about the city, and he's also a VC, which stands for venture capitalist, and that basically means he's an investor. So he works with a bunch of like tech startups and getting them started and helping them get funded and all those things. So I really want to put yes to him, but the thing is, it would be for the wrong reason. I wasn't like completely physically attracted to him, but he had a really good personality and I could see him being a really good resource to have for networking purposes. But I can't put yes to him just because, you know, you don't go to speed dating to meet friends. You don't go to speed dating to find a business partner unless if it's a huge accident, but I don't want this to be an accident. I don't want to lead anybody on. So I am going to pass on him, even though I would still like to get his contact information just for the networking purposes if that's something that he is okay with. The second to last guy was a software engineer, and he told me that he focuses a lot on like mobile engineering. He knows both iOS and Android. And so that was really all I got from him, was just kind of like the work that he does and how he lives in Sunnyvale. So there wasn't much to like learn about him. I also was not physically attracted to him, but it was still a good conversation overall from the 5 minutes that I spent with him. But I am gonna pass on him just because you can't just have a good personality. You have to be both good looking and have a good personality. Unfortunately, a lot of these men were just not attractive, which was so disappointing. So let's go on into the last guy. This last guy was probably the oldest guy that I talked to, but then again, I can't make that assumption. He just looked really old. So he was nice and everything. He told me he's a medical transcriber. So he is a translator for patients who don't speak English. And he is studying to practice general medicine. Well, he already went to med school, but he has to like take some sort of hard test to, I guess, get certified or whatever. I don't know. It sounded really complicated. But long story short, he's a freelance medical transcriber. That's what he does for a living. I was definitely not physically attracted to him at all. I also felt like he was probably too old for me. He just didn't seem like he was around my age, and I just didn't really click with him even on a personal level as well. So he is also going to be a pass for me. Overall, I was pretty disappointed with this whole experience. I didn't really seem to find anyone attractive except for this one person who I do want to put yes to, but they did compensate me with a free event since I was sitting alone for 3 out of the 12 potential dates that were gonna happen, since there were more women than men, which really sucked. So I will try it again. Let me know, give it a thumbs up if you want to see me record that and me trying to give this a second chance. I'd love to know your thoughts. So because we didn't submit our match sheet to the event leader, we have to go on the online portal tomorrow and submit our matches
the next day.
Okay, so I have my screen recording on with the login portal up. So I'm gonna go ahead to make selections. And okay, so all the guys are up here. Whoops. Okay, so basically, long story short, I just have to check off who I was interested in, and I am checking off this one guy right here. These guys have some pretty good pictures. Props to them. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit submit selections and hit OK. And then there's just a survey, but I'm not gonna really worry about that. So it says, make sure you check the website later for more matches, as not everyone had entered their selections yet. So I will check back. I'm gonna set a timer on my phone and see if anyone has selected me just in general, and if this one guy that I was interested in has selected me as well. So I will keep you guys posted.
20 minutes later.
I'm back on the website and oh, I have one match. Oh my god, the guy that I was actually maybe interested in wanting to see again has matched with me. I'm gonna wait to see if he will actually text me, and if he doesn't, then I will text him if he's willing to maybe grab a coffee next weekend, and I can definitely keep you guys posted maybe in another video. Well, I'm only gonna keep you posted if something eventful happens out of it, but if it's really just not that eventful, then there's really no point in making a video about it. So that's really cool. At least like this wasn't a completely bad experience overall. I mean, I was really disappointed with the disorganization of the event and that there was not that many people there and that my options felt a little bit limited in a way. So I probably will try this again since they gave me a free coupon to go ahead and sign up again. But until now, let's see what could happen with this guy. I doubt he's gonna be the love of my life, but hey, who knows? Well, I hope you enjoyed this follow-up, and if you did enjoy it, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel as I'm constantly making videos about my ridiculous dating life while being single, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!